Imagine for a moment that you're alone, in the most haunted forest in the world. This is no ordinary woodland. It's a place shrouded in mystery and steeped in chilling lore. Stories echo through the gnarled boughs of age-old trees, whispering tales of eerie occurrences and supernatural sightings. This is a realm where the wind carries whispers of the past and shadows dance with secrets untold. The air is thick with an undercurrent of foreboding, a silent warning to those who dare to venture into its depths. This forest is not just a cluster of trees. It's a living, breathing entity with a heartbeat that thrums in the quiet, a pulse that beats in rhythm with the primal fear that creeps up your spine. As the sun sets, you set up your camp. The day's last light fades, swallowed by the thick forest canopy. Night has fallen. The woods are now an impenetrable black, cut only by the feeble glow of your campfire. The silence is deafening. Your senses are heightened. Every rustle of leaves, every whisper of the wind seems magnified in the darkness. The mundane sounds of the forest transform into an eerie symphony of the unknown. The wilderness, once a comforting haven, now seems alien and hostile. Every shadow cast by the flickering firelight appears to be hiding something sinister. You try to shrug off the unease, telling yourself it's just your imagination playing tricks on you. But then, you hear it. A low, inhuman growl, barely audible over the crackling of the fire. It's distant, but unmistakable. You freeze, straining your ears, hoping it was just a trick of the wind. But the woods have gone eerily silent, as if every creature is holding its breath, waiting for something. You feel it then, a prickle on the back of your neck, a chilling sensation that you're not alone, that you're being watched. You scan the darkness, your heart pounding in your chest, but you see nothing. The unsettling feeling persists, a constant pressure at the back of your mind. It's as if the very air has become thick with dread. The shadows seem to shift and move, dancing at the edges of your vision. Suddenly you hear it again, that low, guttural growl, closer this time. A chill runs down your spine, your breath hitching in your throat. Every instinct screams at you to run, to escape, but you're frozen in place, trapped by your own fear. And then, the unthinkable happens. A twig snaps. A sound. Too close for comfort. The reality of the situation crashes down on you. You're not alone in these haunted woods. Something is out there, watching, waiting. And it's getting closer. Suddenly a twig snaps. A sound. Too close for comfort. You're not alone. Something is out there. In the darkness. You can feel it, can't you? That prickle at the back of your neck. The goosebumps racing down your arms. It's the sensation of being watched. Of eyes boring into you from the shadows. It's the realization that the haunted woods are not just a place, but a living, breathing entity, and it knows you're there. Every rustle of leaves sends your heart into your throat. Every snap of a twig echoes like a gunshot in the stillness. The wind carries whispers, soft and unintelligible, that seem to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. And you can't shake the feeling that they're meant for you. You try to convince yourself it's just your imagination playing tricks on you. That it's just the wind, just the trees, just the nocturnal creatures going about their business. But the feeling of dread is growing, knotting your stomach, making your palms sweat. You can't ignore it. You're not alone. In the flickering light of the campfire, shapes dance and twist, casting long, eerie shadows that seem to reach out towards you. You see fleeting figures in the distance, just at the edge of your vision. Are they real, or just the product of your fear-addled mind? It's impossible to tell. The haunting sounds of the haunted woods fill your ears. The hoot of an owl, the scurry of small feet, the distant howl of a wolf. Normal sounds, you tell yourself, nothing to be afraid of, but they seem amplified, distorted, as if the woods themselves are playing a symphony of fear. Then, silence. An oppressive, smothering silence that makes your ears ring. It's as if the woods are holding their breath, waiting. You can almost hear your own heartbeat pounding in your ears. And then, just when you think you can't take it anymore, you hear it. A whisper, barely audible, coming from the trees. It's soft, chilling, and carries an unmistakable warning. You're not alone. Something is out there, in the darkness. You hear it again. A whisper, barely audible, coming from the trees. The whisper grows louder, a sibilant hiss that sends chills down your spine. It's as if the very woods are alive, whispering their ancient secrets to those who dare to listen. The whispers, once soft and indistinct, now seem to take on a life of their own. They grow into voices, a cacophony that fills the night air, echoing off the dense canopy of trees and the darkness beyond. These are no ordinary voices. They are spectral, ethereal, like echoes from another time. They speak in tongues you can't comprehend, their words a chilling symphony of dread. It's as if the forest itself is haunted, filled with the restless spirits of the past. A cold breeze sweeps through the haunting woods, making the leaves rustle ominously. Every creak, every rustle, every distant hoot of an owl seems amplified, adding another layer to the symphony of fear. The shadows seem to dance and twist, taking on sinister forms. The flickering light of the campfire casts long, eerie shadows that seem to reach out towards you, as if trying to snatch you into the darkness. The spectral figures appear, barely visible in the dancing shadows. They move with an otherworldly grace, their forms wavering and flickering like mirages. They are the denizens of the haunted woods, the unseen watchers in the night. Their presence is overwhelming, a tangible pressure that weighs heavily on your chest, making every breath a struggle. The dread is almost palpable now. It's not just the fear of the unknown, but the fear of something intangible, something unseen. It's the fear of the haunting, the fear of the unseen watchers, the fear of the voices that whisper in the dark. Just when you think you can't take anymore, the voices stop. The spectral figures disappear. The forest falls silent once again. But this silence is different. It's not the peaceful silence of a forest at night. It's a tense silence, a silence filled with anticipation. It's the silence before the storm, the calm before the chaos. It's the silence that signals the end of the haunting and the beginning of something far more terrifying. Just when you think you can't take anymore, the voices stop. The silence returns. But it's the calm before the storm. In the heart-stopping silence, you see it. A figure standing at the edge of the campfire light. A jolt of fear electrifies your heart. The figure is indistinct, a mere silhouette painted against the inky blackness of the haunted woods. But its presence is undeniable. The air seems to thicken, as if the sheer terror it exudes is a tangible thing, a shroud that seizes the breath from your lungs and roots you to the spot. The figure doesn't move. It simply stands there, as still as the towering ancient trees encircling the campsite. But even in its stillness, there's an intensity, a foreboding sense of dread that clings to it like a second skin. It's as if the very fabric of the night is drawn towards it, the shadows deepening around its form, the silence growing even more profound. Your mind races, the horror of the unknown threatening to consume you. Is it a specter of the woods, a creature of the night, or something far more sinister? A chill runs down your spine as the possibilities unfold. Then, a subtle shift. The figure moves. It's not a sudden, jarring motion, but a slow, deliberate step. It's stepping towards you. The campfire flickers, casting an eerie glow on the figure. It's closer now, close enough for you to see, but not quite. A gust of wind whips through the clearing, extinguishing the fire. The world plunges into darkness. Your heart hammers in your chest, echoing the deafening silence of the haunted woods. And then, as abruptly as the wind came, it dies down. The embers of the campfire ignite once more, casting a feeble glow around the campsite. You look towards the edge of the light where the figure had stood. It's not there anymore. Your breath hitches. Your blood runs cold. Fear grips you tighter, squeezing your heart with an iron fist. And then you see it. The figure is no longer at the edge of the campfire light. It's closer, much closer. It takes a step forward, entering the light, and then everything goes black. The last thing you hear is the crackling of the fire. The once comforting warmth is now a distant memory, swallowed by the oppressive weight of the silent darkness. It's as if the very air is holding its breath, the forest pausing in a moment of eerie stillness. The familiar becomes unfamiliar, the quiet night echoing with unsaid words, unspoken threats. The inky blackness stretches out, endless, impenetrable. Time seems to stand still, the seconds stretching into eternity, the minutes lost in this abyss of unknown. The crackling fire, the only remnant of the world you knew, fades into a mere whisper, its warmth a fleeting memory in the chilling void. Your heartbeat, the only sound in the deafening silence, is a constant reminder of your vulnerability in the face of the unseen. Then, absolute silence. The fire's last ember dies, its final breath extinguishing the last vestige of light. What happened next? That, my friend, is a story for another time. Thank you for joining us on this terrifying journey through the haunted woods. You've proven your bravery and curiosity in the face of the unknown, and for that, we salute you. You've dared to tread where many fear to go, into the heart of the darkness, into the realm of the unseen. You've braved the eeriness of the haunted woods, and you've lived to tell the tale. Now, the question is, are you ready for more? More ghostly legends, more spine-chilling stories, more thrilling adventures into the unknown? If so, then we invite you to join us on our next journey as we delve deeper into the world of the supernatural. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Ghostly Legends for more hair-raising tales. And remember, it's always darkest before the dawn. So until next time, stay curious and a little bit scared.